How's it going, everyone? Thanks for tuning in again. My name is Dr. Antonio Rivera, and today we're going to be talking about a big topic that a lot of people is a big trend, especially nowadays, is intermittent fasting and fasting in general. Intermittent fasting and fasting is prolonged fasting is another name for it. Has a lot of health benefits to your body. And so back then, we used to be hunters and gatherers. So we used to go out into the field, hunt for our food, and then come back with it. So there's a lot of people who went without eating for a long time until they killed their meat or their deer or whatever it is, and they brought it back, they cooked it, and they ate. However, they didn't know what their next meal was. And so they fasted the majority of their life because they were hunters and gatherers. But back then, they didn't have all these conditions and things like that. We're really not meant to eat 3-4 times a day. And so the reason that is because that does affect our insulin levels. And when you look at all these critical conditions, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, what they all have in common is typically insulin resistance. They're resisting insulin from insulin going into the cell, reducing your blood sugar into your blood. And that is an issue. And so one of the most amazing things for insulin resistance and for conditions whether it's your heart, your kidney, your gut, cancer, diabetes, whatever it is these two things right here. The amazing thing with intermittent fasting, what it is basically you go a certain amount of time without eating, and then you start eating. A 6-hour window, whatever that is. So it's from, let's say, 12 to about 6 or 7, whatever that is. Basically, you eat something for lunch around 12 p.m., maybe you eat a snack right in between 12 to 6. You eat dinner at 6 o'clock or 7 p.m., whatever that is. And then you stop eating at all. Through that process of not eating, you drink as much water as you can. Some people have a hard time doing this because they feel weak and things like that. In order for not to get weak, I would get some sea salt, some Celtic salt, Baja gold salt, whatever that is. You put that in your tongue in the morning throughout the day, and that will have all the minerals that you need so you don't get so weak. But the amazing thing is after 12 hours of not eating, this is what your body does. Your body, basically, all the energy, all the glucose that is called glycogen from your liver and your muscles gets exhausted. Now, after 12 hours, what your body does to get energy, it gets it from your midline, right here, around your waist. And so once it takes fat out of your waist, and it starts burning it for energy into something that's called ketones. Ketones, you become dependent on ketones for energy. And so that's what happens. And then when you start eating, your insulin goes up, your ketones go down, your glucose goes up, and then after 6 p.m., you start not eating. This is something, if you have some type of metabolic disease, some type of autoimmune condition, some type of heart condition, some type of diabetic condition, cancer, whatever it is, this is going to be very, very beneficial because this is going to help you not just lose weight and burn fat, but it's going to help get your insulin under control. Is intermittent fasting. And so, but you got to remember, don't forget adding salt. Don't forget you can even add bone broth because that has a lot of collagen fibers inside of you that will help you, especially for energy and all the minerals that you need. Last thing is prolonged fasting. Prolonged fasting is something, it's basically a 3-day water fast. It's a 3-day water fast. You don't eat for 3 days. Within those days, you add to give you energy so you don't lose minerals. You got to add sea salt. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend any type of bone broth because that's a calorie intake. You really want no calories. But what happens is after 12 hours, like intermittent fasting, your body begins to get fat out of your waistline and starts burning it for fuel. So you can be dependent on ketones for energy. After about 18 hours, you will see something miraculous happens. Something that's called autophagy. Autophagy is basically your liver releases these proteins all throughout your blood, gets all the free radicals, all the bad stuff, all the damaged cells out of your blood and out of your body. And it's one of the most amazing things that your body does without you even thinking about it. Your body begins to heal from the inside out. It starts repairing muscles that have been broken down. It starts repairing cells that has been damaged. It starts killing all these cancer cells because your insulin is not up. So that activity is not there. So it literally goes into healing mode. Prolonged fasting goes into healing mode. So this is something that it's not about doing it every month, but I would recommend do it at least either once a quarter or twice a year. If you do this right here, you're going to see your energy go up, your mental clarity gets so much better. You're not foggy in the brain. Your sleep gets better. Your energy gets up. And a lot of these metabolic conditions that you may be struggling with today, you're going to start seeing them fade away if you focus on intermittent fasting and doing this at least once, twice, even 3 times a year. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you on the next video.